There was some intensity during Wednesday's meeting between the president and some Republican senators. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us with the scoop on that. Ed, good morning. So what can you tell us about what went down?
Well, as you'll recall, Errol, you've heard about this. Perhaps a closed-door meeting between the president and Senate Republicans on Wednesday turned into a shouting match after the president pressed Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy and others to explain why they voted for a symbolic resolution to protest the war with Iran. Well, great timing, because Cassidy spoke about the confrontation in an exclusive interview with Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan.
If you're not telling me answers, I'm going to push for those answers. So when the president was berating the 4 people that voted for the War Powers Act, frankly, I'm not there to be berated. And the president wasn't invited to dish out verbal abuse.
But that's what he did.
I raised my hand. I said, Mr. President, do you just want, is that a rhetorical question that you're asking, why do we vote for it? Or are you really interested? He goes, I'm really interested. I stood up and I said, this is why. And I listed those objectives that I did not see being achieved and how the kind of endpoint of the war kept stretching out longer and longer. He began to speak over me. Unfortunately, I raised my volume to match his, and we spoke to each other like that.
As he said later, Cassidy said his wife told him that sometimes he gets his Irish up. Who among us? Anyway, the senator says that his goal was to get a briefing on the negotiations between the U.S. and Iran, which he did get from some members of the administration, including Vice President J.D. Vance, after that meeting with the president.
Wondering what our Irish executive producer thinks about that comment, Ed. I also want to get the latest from you on the other beat you've been covering this week, the reflecting pool. The president has these allegations of vandalism there. What's new on that front?
Hey, and as an Irish guy, you know, I sympathize with your executive producer.
Keep us away. Yeah, that's right.
Look, exactly. In this case, the president himself still has not yet shared any evidence of the supposed 350-foot gash he repeatedly said a vandal allegedly cut into the recently refurbished lining of the reflecting pool. But a National Park Service official now says in a new court filing that a little over 2 weeks ago, some caulk over foam sealant was cut with a sharp knife or razor, and at least 70 fence post tops were thrown in the reflecting pool. That same official also says the Park Service plans to leave the water in the reflecting pool through the July 4th holiday weekend and then may drain it to assess and repair any damage. You'll recall the president has said that that is the plan, to drain it again and make any necessary repairs. Errol?
All right. Important information from our Ed O'Keefe. As always, Ed, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Take care.